Alright everyone, welcome back to Robocraft. Look at all these colors. Oh, it's wonderful. I've been waiting so long to be able to paint. And clearly, FreeJam had me in mind when they had this combo right next to each other. Bright orange and bright blue. My two favorite colors, as I'm sure you've noticed throughout my channel. Yeah, they made them free for everyone. So, you know, that's the power of the awesome soul for you. And my Illuminati powers, I have my hands in everything. Illuminati confirmed. Yeah, no, not quite. Anyways, this, my friends, is the Gravitas Hover Tank. My latest creation. I figured I should make a bot from scratch in order to fully use paint to the fullest and not just sort of fill in a bot that I already had before, because I kind of found it a bit difficult painting existing bots, because you know, you had that color scheme in mind and then sometimes it didn't quite transfer over. I don't know. But anyways, a hover tank. Alright, here you ask. Yes, indeed, a hover tank. It is a tank that hovers, not a tanky hover. I'll show you here. Inside the bowels of the beast, this is indeed a tank. But as you clearly can see, the tank track is flipped upside down. Although I do have some hovers in there, but that's mainly for the nice little dust plume effect that comes out the back, to give a bit more hover action. So, if we come down here, we got the quote-unquote hover jets that I painted in. So how this works is, you know, it spews out jet propulsion from there, and here. And it's pretty fine and dandy, if I must say. I tried to make it sort of realistic. I got these two rather large hover pods. It does look a bit chunky looking. Squashed, I guess you could say, because I did have another one here that I was working on. This was the Big Daddy version. Unfortunately, I kind of maxed out the CPU and I'm nowhere near done, so kind of waiting on that extra CPU free jump. Okay, thanks. Anyways, go back to the Gravitas. What? Where'd my bot go? What? Hold on, guys. Let me just restart my game. This should probably fix it. Hold on. 1 second. Well, looks like the voracious garage bug has gone and eaten my Gravitas hover tank. I tried to return it to its former glory, or its former gravitas, if you will, but unfortunately, it would appear that it is no more. What you see here is all that's left of it. Not entirely sure why this is happening, but apparently a few other people have been having this problem, so I'll go ahead and at least show you the concept behind this. So, now that this one's kind of open, it'll give you a better idea, kinda, sorta. Anyways, hopping into test mode, and we'll see what happens exactly. Hopefully that bug will be sorted out. Rick, if you're watching, I know you have seen a few of my videos. Please, get FreeJam into the studio ASAP. I know you're all on Christmas vacation, but that's a pretty massive bug that seems to only affect new builds, luckily. But not luckily for the hordes of new players that obviously want to come into the game. So, as you can clearly see, this is something that was not possible before. Because now, with the new rotator cube manipulator gun, you can actually place, well, pretty much any block in any orientation you want. As you can see, I have orientated the tracks upside down. And what this does is allows you to sort of quote-unquote hover across the ground as a tank. Basically, you go the same speed, and you have less ground traction, but the perk to it is you can encase your bot fully in armor without having to worry. Much like hoverblades, how they can be fully encased and completely protected. Now, this doesn't quite have the traction, as I was saying, so if I come over here, whee, I do have built-in hovers, so it's a bit more stable. Also, by the way, going off ramps, I don't know if it's just the hovers, but it seems to fly pretty far. So yeah, it kind of goes up and then stops. Doesn't quite have the traction. Oh well. Something else I've noticed is that if you do have them upside down, I don't know if it's a new feature of tank tracks, but you can turn on the spot, although not too well, but you can turn with these upside down tank tracks if you're just left with one. That's kind of a plus. But there are definitely some huge trade-offs that you have to take into account. Each one has their perks, and it's up to you to decide which one you want to go with. I don't know if FreeJam is going to classify this as an exploit or not. I don't think it's very game-breaking. I think it's actually kind of meh. And I'm not entirely sure what exactly is so fantastic about it. But we will see. Perhaps you guys can test it out and figure out if there's anything that makes this a particularly good build. Only time will tell. Oh, by the way, credit goes to Verdant Dragon for, I guess, the first one in our little group to place these upside down. But credit to me for taking it further. Yay! Even though the Gravitas got eaten up and we couldn't actually show any gameplay of it. Oh well. Back to Mothership. What I can show you is the new, how the new deathmatch plays out. It does have a bit of a different feel to it, which I honestly like a whole lot. Let me go select robot. Let me see if Gravitas has returned to me. Nope. Nope. No, it has not. Okay, let me go ahead and do one of my favorites, the Electro Strider. Ooh, look at those lower tier electroplates. Fancy. I like how they have the stripes. They look kind of interesting. Anyways, hopping into deathmatch. Now, a little random thought that crossed my mind. Once the other phases come out, they're going to be, obviously, phasing out. Haha, pun intended. The current system, what we have now, as far as weapons go, is the kind of median, I guess you could say, between the old system of marks and the new system, which is going to be every weapon is going to be completely viable in this one mega tier that everyone gets thrown into, but each one is going to have a different purpose. So if you take a look in the bay in your own time, you'll notice that there are things called electro shields and electro plates. If I'm not mistaken, electro shields are the old... Wait, no. Electro plates are the old lower tier ones, which have the stripes. And electro plates... Oh, I don't like the look of that. Don't shoot at me. Anyways, electro plates are the new .10 plates. Or electro shields are, rather. Something like that. By the way, if you haven't noticed, the maps have been reworked. Still getting used to everything. What I was sort of getting at is what could possibly be done with those instead of scrapping them would be to, I guess... That was a terrible shot. Oh, that's awesome. A Harley Davidson. Sweet. What could be done with them is... I guess you could use them as sort of two tiers that give different purposes. Electro... Well, I didn't even get to show off the new features. Oh well. Anyways, getting back on track. Where was I? Oh yes, electro shields could be the electro plates we know and love, with lots of shields but not a lot of armor. And then the electro plates could be half the electro shielding, but they have a whole lot more armor and faster shield regeneration. So as opposed to the 10-second shield regen that it was recently changed to in this update, it could be a 5-second regen. But obviously, you don't really have that big huge shield pool, so that's kind of the trade-off. Also, wait a second, is there no cave anymore? Oh, that's too bad. Anyways, you wouldn't have that massive shield pool, but you would have armor. So you could take this new healing factor into account. Well, we totally got wrecked there. Anyways, what I was hoping to show off in this was the one match I actually played in the Gravitas. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of that. But it was a very great match. A lot of back and forth, a lot of actually utilizing the healing function, which I think really, really plays into Deathmatch very well. I mean, it plays into Battle Arena pretty well, but in Deathmatch, I think where it really shines. Anyways, yeah, this update, rather, has a few bugs. On the surface, it went out very smoothly compared to some of the other updates that they've had, and I commend them for that. But there are a few bugs that have been rearing their ugly head recently. A few exploits that I'm not gonna say here for obvious reasons, and clearly a rather massive bug that ate my Gravitas. I really wanted to play that bot, but oh well. RIP Gravitas. Rusty iron pipes. I don't know, I would say rest in peace, but, you know, it's a robot, so rusty iron pipes, I guess, if that makes sense. Anyways, guys, I've been the Awesome Soul. I thank you so much for watching. How are you enjoying the update? What kind of bots are you making? How do you like the paint? How do you like the free premium? Oh, it's a, I guess, I kind of, love it or hate it update. Well, hate the bugs, love the new features, but I'm sure the bugs will be gone soon. Fingers crossed. Anyways, I've been the Awesome Soul. I thank you so much for watching for this longer-ish episode. Kind of weird, because I was kind of in the bay. Anyways, take care.